Yeah, it's it's about that time. It's about that time. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. And yeah, man, it's the end of an era. I like some of the comments out here. I'm gonna put it up there. Oh yeah, the countdown to the breakdown is on. I know that's none other than Miss Cher Jones, of course. Um, I don't know why they're not coming up. Um, the comments are coming up, but the names aren't coming up, and I'm gonna just check. I think that's Eddie. That's Eddie saying what's up, bro. Um, and that's Mr. Jamie right here. Oh man, only 70 seconds until the end of an era. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna talk about that here in a second, and then get busy. What's up, bro, man? I appreciate you guys being here, and just a lot of love, man. A lot of love, a lot of love. For being here, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, it's about to go down. I I did a little bit of a vlog thing this morning to kind of talk a little bit about the transition. Did a tour, a last tour of the studio. So that way, when I'm doing this, I'm gonna be doing like the vlog style and transition from this studio to the next studio. You guys can kind of see what takes place. And what I'm gonna be doing is actually I'm gonna be recording. Of course, I'm recording the entire thing, and I have um this set up. So I have the four different cameras that are going to be here, as I continue to go live, as I break down the studio. I think it's going to go fairly quickly. I've already prepped all the boxes. I have bubble wrap for my mics and for other little tchotchke things. The biggest piece is going to be kind of taking the stuff off the walls. And then I don't necessarily care about maybe leaving, some indentions or something like that on the wall because somebody's going to come back through and patch it up for me and kind of move all of that stuff away. But I'm going to probably start with the back right here behind me. These two bookshelves, and make sure I have everything off of those books and all of that stuff. Then take the TV off the wall and all of that. And then I got wires that run up and through the top here for these back cameras that you guys see, and then it's going to be probably removing the monitors off of off of this. That'll probably be one of the last things that I actually do, is probably going to be removing the monitors off of um off of the off of the desk. So good morning to everybody that's out there. I hope you guys are all doing well. um I really want to thank you, for just being here. Any comments, questions, anything that you think I should do differently, or think I should consider with packing up this studio, please let me know. I am open to any of your feedback, any of your thoughts, whatever it may be. And but we are going to get this party started, and I will be checking back. I'm going to be playing music. So here's another thing. Um, if you want to do, your own Pomodoro thingy or whatever, because I'm going to be playing some music here in the background, go for it. That should be pretty cool. Um, New Parts Garage got a great setup. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Here's the thing. I'm about to break it down, as the title says, because I'm relocating down to Atlanta very very soon. Very soon meaning tomorrow. And my good friend Eddie, or Wayman, as he likes to call himself, I call him Eddie. He's a good fellow, good friend of mine who's down there also in Atlanta. So I'm excited to kind of reconnect with him. My good buddy Frank, and several golf buddies, down there as well too. So looking forward to starting fresh and starting new, and going after it that way. And good morning, good morning, Walter. How are you doing, sir? I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. If you guys, once again, I have any questions, don't start. What do you mean, don't start, man? What are you talking about, Eddie? I'm not gonna mess with you. I'm not messing with you this morning. This is a sensitive morning. This is a sensitive morning, and I apologize for the lighting. As you guys know, my lighting is always typically a lot better than this. This is this harsh um, LED light that is on top. That's up here. That's coming down, and it's just horrible. So I apologize for the lighting, and it is what it is. Then sometimes we have to break things down in order to build them back up even stronger. 100%, 100%, 100%. Thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate that. Good morning, Monty. How are you doing, sir? You snuck in. You snuck in here on me. You snuck in here on me, Mr. Monty Weaver. Good to see you. Good to see you. And oh man, Atlanta has about the that's true. That's very true. The traffic is horrible down there. The cool part, the cool part is that I'll be working from home, and so I don't have to deal with the traffic only when I want to, right? So, you know, um, Sherry Jones reminded me that, um, typically, I would get up on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning and do like go like a Costco, or like, get up early, go to the supermarket and all of that stuff. It's like, I don't have to do that anymore. Like everybody else, I can go to like a Costco on like a Tuesday afternoon, in the morning, and where like everybody's at work, or I can go shopping at Wednesday morning or something like that when everybody's at work. So This lifestyle is a lot different than what I've been used to before I retired, before I moved away and moved out of retail where everything was kind of structured and regimented. Now this lifestyle is a lot different. I can do I don't can say do whatever I want, but I have to plan and choose, pick and choose my time and when I want to actually do things. So that's a lot freeing, but then there's also a lot of discipline that comes and that's associated with that as well too. So this lifestyle is no joke. It's fun, but it's also requires a lot of discipline as well too. And we do the same setup in Atlanta. Great question. Great question. Great question. Um, I will. I, I I'm tempted to show. Here's what I'm going to do. Probably Saturday. Probably Saturday, and I'm going to go live into the new studio because in the new studio, meaning that it's super bare bones. There's um it's just going to be a room. It's not uh decorated. It's not set up. But what I will be doing is something very similar, if you will, but different because I have two brands that I work with, which is the Podcasters Live, which is what we're on now, and then we're going to be going back into probably 60-40% into and back into retail leadership with Steve Worthy. I need a separate space, and so the new studio will encompass both of those brands in a very unique way. Um, and I've come up with this concept, and you'll hear me talk more about it when I get closer to as we set it up. It's called One Desk to Rule Them All, and I want to go as minimalist as possible with my desk setup, and then have everything around me be more of the attraction, if you will. And then the last part with that piece is that I don't want anything on the floor. My goal is to try to not to have as many cables on the floor. So there's going to be everything that's going to be lifted. So I've thought this thing through, um, thinking about this current office, thinking about this current studio space, and then what I wanted to do for my next one was to try as much as I best as I can to have everything off of the floor. So I will be doing something similar, but the studio from a studio standpoint, but it's gonna be a little different as well. Um, is that Georgia you're talking about? Georgia? Yeah, Atlanta? Yeah, yeah. Um, the massive amounts of traffic never sleeps. It doesn't matter what time of day. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. I was just down there, and yeah, I think it was like, even like on Sundays, right? Because you think, it's, everybody's going to be going to church and everything like that, and it was still packed on a Sunday with traffic down there too, as well. So, all righty. One of the benefits of working from home is doing your shopping and going to the gym. When everyone's at work, it's also a great excuse to work in your PJs. 100%, 100% working in your PJs. I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that. Let me see what else we got. Would also recommend booking time with friends for coffee and lunch. Otherwise, working from home can become very lonely. Yes, 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 yes. I That's Jamie. I don't know why you guys' names aren't appearing up there, but Jamie, you're 100% correct. I've already thought about that, and and also the cool part, and this is super first world problem stuff. And I said this last night when I went live to super first world problem stuff. Man, is that um, this space right here is a studio office, if you will. So I kind of do all my prep work for all of my content, and I also create it here. What I will be doing in my new setup, I think someone asked me, or maybe it was Phil that asked me, am I going to be doing something similar setup? Is that my new studio is just going to be just that, period. It is going to be a spot where I go in, I'm able to record or go live or whatever, and that's it. I'm going to be able to have my separate office space where I can create, strategize, plan, um, do all the different things for me to go into the studio and just simply execute, which is once again a super benefit. I'm super blessed, man, and fortunate to uh, be able to have that something that's separate where I can just strategize and then go into the studio and just hit record and just get after it like that. So I'm excited about that aspect of it too. So to your point, Jamie, around um, getting out and connecting, I think one of the things that I felt in this space was I wasn't getting out because I was creating the content and then executing the content all in the same space. I know, once again, first world problems. I apologize. But I think I did find my solace once I was able to go into a coffee shop or go somewhere else and actually do some strategy and then actually come back. Right. Or right here in the basement, I was able to just go out, get on a laptop, do some stuff, and then kind of come back in here and create. So there is something to be said about maybe creating something, going somewhere, connecting with someone else, strategizing, and then coming back to the space where you can actually execute the thoughts that are in your head as well. So 100% agree, dude. We also recommend booking. Oh, I'm sorry, I just saw that one. One desk, one desk to rule them all. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I don't know where that concept. I I'm trying to think of how I came up with the concept. And because Sharon and I were talking a lot about studios, and I listen to me, man. I've done so much research on different studios and what they should look like. Um, uh, the functionality, right? What am I going to actually be doing in this studio? I'm going to be live streaming product reviews, and then doing YouTube videos. Whether they're going to be talking head videos, or they're going to be um, me doing Q&A. Whether it's with Podcasters Live or it's going to be with Worthy Retail You. So I had to think about what I'm actually going to be using the space for, and then and then also recording podcasts as well too, right? So this desk that I currently have, I will still be using this desk. Um, and here's why I will still be using. I'm back up. I'll have another desk, the one desk to rule them all. However, when I record my audio podcast, I will be using this desk and here's why. Because with that one desk to rule them all, I will probably be using the Rodecaster Pro 2 um, as my interface for everything, for all of my mics and all that stuff, yada yada yada. However, I love the sound that I get from using this desk with my DBX 286 and my audience. I know everybody's gonna be like, well, why do you got the Rodecaster Pro? Da 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 da. I get it, but I don't know. Just for me, I love how my audio sounds, and actually everything that you hear right now is actually going through the DBX 286 as well as the audience ID4. So maybe I'm a little old school, but I had the Rodecaster Pro 1. I sold it, and then I was able to actually use that money to get the new one plus another like $150. So I feel like it was a really good investment for me to do it that way. So, but I will be using this desk to record podcasts, my audio podcast, because I like how the audio sounds coming from this as well. We're gonna need Tony Starks to come in and design some. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm ready for the YouTube videos. For the yeah, man. Listen to me. I can't. I can't wait. I'm. I got so much stuff that I need to. I need uh to birth, that's really ready for me to kind of get out there and right now the current um the creativity juices aren't here, and I'm excited to move forward with that too as well too. Would also recommend having some time out in nature if you can. Greenery, air, natural light, can be wonderful for both your mental health and can make you more productive. 100% agree, Jamie. I think I think that's the thing that we neglect, and we're always just trying to create the content and do all of that. I completely understand that mindset, but I think there's something to be said about getting away just periodically, just so that you can, kind of reconnect, with yourself mainly, right? Because the thing that I've come to learn, and the thing that we talk to the clients about, is that the content that you create is nothing but an outcropping or byproduct of who you are. And so if you don't have a really good understanding of who you are, then the content isn't going to resonate. It's going to come off as disingenuous because you are just trying to reproduce content that someone else has actually put out there. So the goal is not to create a similar video. The goal of your content is to create a video, maybe from a talking about a similar product, but in your own way. And I think the tendency is that I see a lot of similarities. I think I see a lot of people talking about things the same way. And those are the things that we are going to we have shied away from, and will continue to shy away from. Not so much that we're not going to be talking about things that are popular, whether it's on Podcasters Live or Retail Leadership with Steve Worthy, but we are going to truly be focused in on how do we create content that's going to resonate truly with the problems that people are trying to solve. And I think that's because the tendency is that we're just out there just putting stuff out there. But man, we have to be solving a problem. We have to be able to identify that. And that's just connecting with the audience and then sticking in your lane. That's the other thing that um, I, during my little hiatus, if you like, I need to sip. During my hiatus, I did see, and was still watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos and content. And one of the things that struck me was, man, and a lot of people, these guys and gals, they're all talking about the same stuff, and they're all talking about it in the same way, and they're not getting the views that they probably potentially thought they were. And I have to think about, why am I doing this? Why am I doing Podcasters Live? Why am I going to be going back and going hard on Worthy Retail You? And it is because I feel like it's a calling on me to help people. I feel like it's something that's innate inside of me to help people get better, to help people understand a little bit more, once again, about themselves, so that they can be the best that they can, whether it's in podcasting or whether it's in retail, understanding who you are so that you can move forward, you can move up, you can move on, and you can move out of that organization. So I have a burning desire to produce content that resonates with people at their core. And I know everybody's like, oh, everybody tries to do that. I don't necessarily think that they do. I think a lot of people put stuff out because everyone else is putting out the same stuff, and they feel like if I don't do it, then I'm going to get left behind. I honestly feel if you're able to create your lane, and it may take some time, and it may take you, um, several, maybe, 50, 60 videos or whatever it may be, 50, 60 podcast episodes, you will get the audience that you deserve. But the tendency is that we want to go quick hits and get the results so fast that we're not willing to really do the work, one, on ourselves, to understand, is this content really ours, or are we just repurposing something else that we heard from someone else, from another person? So I apologize for my diatribe, man. I you know I, I, I listen to me. Last night when I went live again, it took me probably about 20 minutes, and then um I got back my my mindset was back around live streaming and the things I want to say, um how passionate I am about certain aspects of leadership, podcasting, and all these other things. So it took me about 20 minutes. I was nervous, I was shaky, probably stuttering, but it took me about 20 minutes, and I was rambling a lot yesterday. Cher told me I was rambling a lot. So yeah. Just a little old school. just a little old school. That's true. That's true. Um, I'd rather drive in New York than Atlanta. I don't. Yeah, I would actually agree with that. I would actually agree with that. Here's why. Um, thanks Roy for being here, man. See, in New York, um, it's super aggressive. Everything's super aggressive. You got to walk up in New York City. You got to walk fast in New York City. You have to talk fast in New York City. You got to do things at a certain pace, and everybody understands that. Even sometimes tourists even understand that, right? And in driving in New York, it's automatic that you just need to figure it out, and you need to understand where you're going. And if you don't, then you need to blend in and you need to move and go forward. In Atlanta, there are so many different people from so many different places: Chicago, California, Texas, Florida, the Midwest, Oregon, even New York. It's such a melting pot of like people. I'm not saying that New York isn't a melting pot, but the mentality is what I'm talking about. You have to conform in New York, right? You have to conform to the way of life. There's no slow pace in New York. And the tendency is that there's no conforming in Atlanta because everybody brings their own mentality, whether how they think or how they drive. And it just creates this kind of cluster uh, and um, of mentality. And then it's just such a weird dynamic when you hear people and what they're doing. And you're driving. I'm like, dude, what would you even think about doing something like that? But in New York, it would probably be just kind of passe. I was in New York, I don't know, probably about 4 weeks ago. I don't know, maybe a little longer than that, and was in an Uber. Yo, this Uber driver, I gave him 5 stars, man. Yo, this dude was driving, and he did this power move. We were driving, and he did this power move where he had to change lanes, and he just changed lanes so fluidly and with such like conviction. I was like, yo, dude, that was dope. It was like one of those moments, and I was just like, I would have probably done the same thing. It was just and it just came off beautifully what he did. And so to your point, Roy, about the driving in New York, I'm sorry to go on this little rant, but you're 100% correct, man. So um if this point about knowing who you are and the content being a byproduct of it isn't an episode or two, then hold on a second. Isn't an episode or two, then you really need to make. Hold on a second. Gotta go back on this one. Apologize, my reading skills. Um, isn't an episode or two, then you really need to make it into one or two of a series. Yeah, I don't. I think the thing, you know, about. Are you asking me, Jamie, that I need to make it into a series, or probably, or someone else maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not particularly sure. Just want to make sure you clarify that for me, buddy. Um, but at this point, the thing that the tendency is that people forget to actually take the time to know to learn about themselves before they start to do all this other stuff as well too. I'm gonna go through two more comments, man, and I'm gonna get started because I need to rock and roll with this puppy. You have so much passion for what you do, and others see it, and we'll see it. Thanks, Roy. I appreciate that, man. Switched over from YouTube, from Facebook. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I am just a little old school. Yeah, that's right, sure. I'm a little old school. Um, all right. Any other suggestions? Any thoughts? I am going to get started. I'm going to turn some music on. If you have a comment or something, go ahead and put it out there. But I am going to be in my own little world, um, getting this puppy, um, getting this puppy sorted. And if you probably can hear the music. I'm gonna mute my mic here in a second. And hold on for a second, Jamie just added something here. Yep, you should have a series of episodes about knowing who you are, the content being a byproduct of yourself, and having the patience, the being okay with not seeing as much success. 100%. I can imagine the series of podcast live episode. 100%. Yeah, that's a great a great idea, Jamie. And I know PJ, who's my VA for Podcasters Live. I think we can add that into our what we're already going to be, what we've already been planning, for season 2 that's coming up as well too. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Raphael. Hey, for those of you who don't know Raphael, I had the opportunity the last time, right? I think it was the last time I was up in New York. Was it the last time? I think it was the last time I was up in New York. I've been up in New York a few times this year. And I was over in Brooklyn, and I got the opportunity to be interviewed by Raphael on his podcast at the Brooklyn Podcasting Studio, I think. Let me know. I can't remember. Turn this down. But I had a great time on your show, dude, and I listened to the episode a couple times, and I just had a blast, man. I had a blast being on your show and just connecting with you, connecting with your audience. So please go ahead and give his podcast a listen to, White Label America podcast, Mr. Raphael. I appreciate you, dude. What is the name of the track? That is Audio. It's called Audio, and it's called Faded Ion, AEON. You're talking about the one I'm playing right now. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Roy, for that. Cool. All right, good people. I need to get started. I could talk to y'all all morning. But I need to get started with this puppy. So I am going to turn up the music a little bit because I need to hear it, and I will periodically kind of come back and check to see what's going on. All right. Thank you, guys. And you can still comment, while I'm breaking this puppy down. I'm not giving anything away. I'm keeping it all. And some of it's going back to the new studio. I know my volume probably dropped down because I turned it down a little bit. All right, good people. Let's get sizes, especially now. What I would typically do is I would kind of put them together by sizes, but I already had the boxes already made, and it's just weird that they're not all the same size, but it is what it is. So it's good point. Good point. True. Share, what do you mean you can't hear? You can't hear me? Or I had it muted, so maybe that's probably why you can't hear me. My bad. I don't know if this is still playing in New York or not, but this was an amazing play. Tina did a it was just breathtaking. Had a great time. One little trick I learned. Yes, and yes, Raphael, that's Broadway. That's Broadway. The mic should be better now. Was that when I was cleaning out my drawers, I was like, man, all these little like office stuff in my drawers. So what I ended up doing was taking little snack bags and things like that, and actually putting it all in there, like so, just like so. So you have all of this stuff that's kind of in here. It's not really miscellaneous stuff. I know what it all goes to, but it's it's horrible just dumping it in a box, right? So I learned to be able to put it in a little bag, and then I label, what it is. This is just office stuff. And then now it's all on its own, and I don't have to worry about it all being spilled out, when I open up the box and all of that stuff. So just a little tip. This is for you. This is for you, buddy. best football team on the planet. La Liga sucks. Premier League is amazing. Man City all the way, baby. This is for you, Raphael. If you're still looking, take that. I've created this list for a while, and so it's not just here. It's on Epidemic Sound, and I think I have like 7 hours of like lo-fi that I've put on Epidemic Sound, and I love it. I love it. Love it, man. Jamie, I haven't been to one over in the UK yet. I've been to 2 here in the States when they play. Typically, they play like right before the season starts. So I've been to 2 of those, maybe 2 or 3 of them since I became a fan. But I haven't been to one. That's my plan next year. Is to ideally do like a full weekend of soccer in the UK, meaning like go up to Man City, catch a match in Man City on Saturday, come back down to London, and probably catch a Chelsea or Arsenal match on Sunday. So that's my goal. Trying to plan that out, see how I can make that happen. 14. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, JP. I'm going back and forth with the mic because you know, I'm got the music going on in the background, and then I'm unpacking. So it's gonna be going back and forth a little bit. So thanks, man. Hopefully you can hear me now. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. That's right. those of you who may be thinking, yeah, I'm decently strong, but I emptied out those drawers beforehand, and that's why you saw the tape on those drawers, because I emptied them out previously, and now all I got to do is loosen them from the wall and move them out the office. By the way, if you're looking for a really nice bag, camera bag, Keith Pelcher turned me onto this bag a while ago, and Cher calls it my Merce, and it kind of is my Merce. I carry it in New York with me all the time. I have my camera in here. I can put whatever, and it's by Ona. See if you can see it right there, if that comes up or not. But this bag is pretty dope. It's the quality of the leather. The quality of the leather is awesome, and the internals are great. You can put, camera, probably maybe 2 lenses if you wanted to, but this is typically probably for 1 camera, 1 lens. You can put all your iPhone accessories in here too as well. Then it has all the pockets and all the stuff for everything. It's also sort of New York City, pocket picker proof. Pocket picker proof, you like that, right? Pocket picker proof, because you have it kind of on your back, and if you have it tight enough, it almost kind of conforms to your back. So if there's any movement, from the back, you can feel it. I necessarily don't put too much, and it's also, the zippers are pretty loud, so you can kind of hear somebody's trying to get into your stuff. But I typically just keep everything inside of here. Anyway, just a small plug for my Merce. I love it. It's awesome. I've gotten a lot of wear out of it too. The other part of it too is that if you put stuff here inside this little pocket, this pocket is going to be what's flush to your back. So put it on. So when you put it on, it's flush to your back. This is a little loose because I typically have it up probably like right around here, and it's flush to your back, so you guys can see this bottom picture. And there's no way of anybody kind of getting into your stuff. So my Merce. Thank you, Cher. I'm not sure how many of you run into the same problem, but I have a lot of lenses, and man, these hoods, dude, are all over the place. I try to keep them connected to my lenses as best as I possibly can, but sometimes I don't. So like the camera over here, I don't have the lens. This is probably the hood that's actually associated with this one, and then also on my A6400. I don't have the lens or the hood attached to it as well too. So these are always all around my office. So. I know I'm supposed to be unpacking. I am going to continue to unpack. But shout out to my man, Monty Weaver. Monty, thank you. You hooked me up with this drone, and it's still in the plastic. I plan on using this when I get to Atlanta. Probably not, honestly. Probably for it probably won't be for Podcasters Live. It may be for another project that I'll be starting up. Cher's going to be involved in it. It's like a lifestyle thing, and I may end up using this. Not may. I will be using this for footage and all this other stuff. But thank you, buddy. I will be utilizing this. Hey PJ, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Hey Jamie, so yeah, I actually do have one coming up. It's part of some of the things that I wanted to birth, and so I have it's coming out this fall. So it is an equipment guide for everything, and with the corresponding links as well too. So you are right. You're right. You had to look away for a second. Suddenly, Steve's back wall is almost bare. You're a machine. Yeah, dude. It's pretty much gone. I just got to undo this one. And what I'm doing, I'm taking everything out here to the other room. Taking everything out to the other room. So I have some boxes already kind of like in an assembly line, putting stuff in there. And then I'm just taking, all of the, furniture pieces and putting them up against the wall, and they'll go into the garage here shortly. And then moving van, it's here in the morning, and bada bing, bada boom, to be able to load it up, early in the morning, and then hit the road, sometime, in the afternoon. That's my goal. So. Great. It's traffic season. I just got home. All right, PJ. Let me get finished. tip I discovered. So when I had this TV up on the wall, I was trying to figure out how to get, images and all that stuff on the wall, right? I could have ran HDMI cable to, my, what's the thing called? To my dock, but I didn't. I actually ended up attaching a separate Apple TV. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's an Apple TV that's right here. So all I do is actually airdrop my images to this, and they show up on here. So and no one's the wiser. Just a little. And then also, if I wanted to watch TV, or if I wanted to watch a sporting event while I'm in here, I can put it in here and actually work and also watch TV at the same time. But having this on here was sort of a lifesaver. So just a little pro tip.
I belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else.
Yeah.
Let you down.
tell him I said hello as well. Someone said hello as well too. Yeah, tell Mark I said hello, man. I moved many times when I hate packing kitchen stuff, especially breakables because they need to be. Yeah, exactly. So I bubble wrapped my mics. So I did do that, but you know, I'm a little crazy like that. So, but cool. Alrighty, thank you guys for joining me with this. I appreciate Indy. How you doing, India? Good to see you. What you got cooking? I got cooking. I'm relocating. I'm relocating to the ATL, and so I am breaking down my entire office and shot a little video this morning about it all, and then I'm doing a live stream here. But I'm breaking down the office because the light sucks here too. Oh my gosh, this light is hard. This light sucks. This LED on top of my head is horrible. It's horrible. But anyway, I digress. I am breaking down the office because I'm moving, and this is actually the last piece. The studio and everything is the last piece that I need to get done. And I'm, as you can tell, I'm pretty much almost done. The biggest thing left to do is this right here in front of me, and so that is why I am going to go ahead and I would love to stay on live with you guys, but how I move and my pace is pretty fast, and I really want to get this done probably before 12 o'clock, and that way I can kind of rest a little bit, but I really wanted to get this done before 12 o'clock. So I am going to have to shut the live stream down because it's hampering my productivity, because I just want to hang out with you and talk to you guys about whatever's I got going on or what you guys got going on. But it is hampering my my productivity. So I'm going to shut this puppy down. If you guys have any questions, any thoughts about like what I should be doing with the new studio, also something that those of you who have watched me for a while and you've seen the studio before, what are one or two things that you really liked about the old studio that you may want me to incorporate in the new studio? New studio is going to be larger, higher ceilings, and I'm pretty stoked about that. So it should actually be pretty good. So once again, I'm gonna shut this baby down, and I will see you guys in the comments. And next time we talk, it'll probably be Saturday, maybe going live into the studio that's not set up yet. It's going to be bare bones, and then we're going to wait for paint and do some other stuff and get it all sorted within the next probably 7 to 10 days. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great morning, and God bless. Peace.